Okay, I'm ready to get rocking on this hood. So in this video, I'm going to go over a couple little tricks that I've learned doing paint protection film. Some tricks and tips that some professionals have taught me. This hood, I mean, we have a bit of a dip over here in the hood. We've got a really sharp valley here, and that same dip there. And then the hood has got quite a bit of curvature in the front as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over how I'm going to prep this hood. So I've clay barred it, I wiped it down, and then I was going to do my isopropyl alcohol wipe down, and I realized this is probably stuff I should just go over in a video, seeing as in the comments section I've been asked this before. So 99% isopropyl alcohol, lint-free towel. Just going to spray this down, spray down my working area, and just going to wipe that down. So what the isopropyl alcohol is doing is it's removing any built up greases, waxes, oils that's built up on the surface or that's on the surface. If you don't do this, and there is any like wax or oil or grease on the surface, paint protection film is going to have a tough time permanently bonding to the vehicle or to the painted surface. So it's really, really important that you get this taken care of. Now that I've got the whole hood wiped down, what I'm going to do is I got these two valleys over here. I'm going to get some more ISO on the rag, get some in that valley, and I'm just going to go back and forth with a bit of pressure and really scrub those valleys out, because I need the film to sit down with minimal effort in that valley, because that valley is going to have a lot of tension. Same thing over here. Okay, that's good. Now, one thing that I'm also going to do, I got Adam's ceramic boost right here, microfiber towel. What I'm going to do is just going to spray some of this on the rag. And I'm going to go right over here along this edge, because this edge right here, these edges right over here, they're going to be good sticking points. If all of a sudden slip solution dries out underneath there and I haven't gotten it into place, and I don't go back and reapply a bunch of slip solution in there and I stretch, I could very easily leave an adhesive tack mark. So I'm just going to put some ceramic boost on there. It's going to help prevent that from sticking. Now, this is not going to keep it from sticking long term. Probably, I don't know, for maybe an hour, it's going to actually prevent the adhesive from properly sticking. Then after that, the adhesive is just going to stick. This isn't like a ceramic coating or anything that's going to prevent it from sticking. So, got the hood up there on the weeding board. Now what I can do, actually, another trick that I've learned, if you're dealing with a lot of contamination in your area, one thing I do like to do, and I don't do this all the time because I've only learned about this not that long ago, maybe a month, 6 weeks ago kind of thing, is I've got my surface perfectly clean. It's ready to go. Now, there is dust in the air, so what I've seen guys do, take their slip solution and they just spray the air down around their working surface or their working area. And what that's going to do is it's just going to drop whatever contamination is in the air. It's just going to drop down on the hood. Now you're thinking, well, we don't want that on the hood. You're right, we don't want that on the hood, so I'm going to spray a bunch of slip solution down on the hood. Let that sit for a bit as all that contamination is being pulled down. And I'm gonna take my blade. I'm just gonna squeegee the surface. Okay, there we go. Now, spray it one more time. Get a good healthy amount of slip solution on here. With the vehicle being black, I kind of take a little bit of extra steps, precautionary steps, just to make sure that I'm not leaving any of those tack marks behind or any dust underneath the film, which is why you saw me do spraying the working area and then doing the ceramic boost on those edges. So I'm gonna come over here. Just gonna roll this up. Move that out of the way. Underneath the hood, all of the edges underneath there have been prepped. So I'm good to wrap. Just get a little bit more slip. Now what I'm gonna do is make a dry spot over here. Not sure if you can see, I've already done the partial fenders. So it's gonna be very easy to know where the hood is supposed to line up with, because with the hood closed, it's gonna line up perfectly there. Come on, work with me here. Just stick that down right there. Now these hoods, they have got a ton of stretch on them. I'd say it's almost right up there with a Ford F-150 hood. If you've never done one before, this would be a pretty tough hood to start with. But you know, we all have to learn somewhere. And sometimes when your first customer owns a Chevy Silverado, you can't really be fussy. You need those customers. So I've got the film. Let's make sure that that's not causing me any grief, which it kind of is. Got that taken care of. Okay, let's get the thumbnail shot. There we go. All right, my tack solution right there. Now, what I want to do is you need to find your reference points. I'm just going to try and get some air out of there, even though I know it's going to pop up, but hey, it's just what you do. Okay, I'm going to start on the passenger side. Actually, as you can see, let's go over here. That's about where it should be. Now you can see the film is, you know, I got my 1/2 inch overlap right over there. So the film is in the right spot there. Now we come over here. See this? See how much stretch that is? You know, 1/2 inch of this is my overlap. So I probably got a good solid 2 inches that the film has to be stretched over just to get to that edge. In doing so, watch what happens with the film here. Pops up. So lots of things to learn in this video, and I'm by far not saying that I know everything. These are just the things that I've been taught and that have been working well for me. Now, the goal is to get this hood completely tacked down into place without having to squeegee anything or use any tack solution. I mean, I just want to, just with the just with the pressure of my fingers, I want to get all my tack points down, and then hopefully not have to use any slip solution until the very end when we need to wrap our edges. So that's the goal. We'll see if it works out that way. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. This corner, this is my starting point. I wanna line that up because people are gonna look for those corners. So just the heat from my thumb, pressing it down there for a little bit, that works good. Now this right over here lines up, almost lines up perfectly. Now all I got to do is just hold that there, so you can see it's locked into place there. That's good. And I'm going to come over here. Now here's where I'm going to sit down. Now what I want to do is, I do have this relief cut over here. This relief cut is supposed to be right over here on that corner. So I do have to stretch a little bit. So just going to stretch that there. Got a little bit of tack solution under the film. And I'm just going to, just with my thumb. Now the reason I'm not actually squeegeeing these down is because I want to lift them up later when I'm squeegeeing everything out, all the slip solution out. If I lock these down, it's gonna be a lot harder to lift up. I'm gonna come over here, same thing. You can see I stretch the film, I let go, everything's moving over that way. So there we go. Hold that down. Now what I'm going to do is come over here. Get the middle down. Now, here's the fun. Getting this stretched into place. Okay, that's perfect. I'm just going to hold that there. Okay, that's good. Now, come up over here. There we go. Let's see how well this is going to work. Everything's temporarily tacked into place, just my fingers. So, what I'm going to do now is actually, I'm gonna start spreading out some of the tension. And when I say spreading out some of the tension, you can see like this, those two corners there, they're down. This corner over here is down. But if you look over here, you know, I got some bunched up film there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna lift this up, kind of let it fall into place, pull it down. Just like that. Come over here. I got this finger over here, so I'm going to lift this up. Pop that right down into place there. And everything's good over there. So now I should be able, in theory, I should be able to just push all of the air out from underneath the film. Just gonna get some slip solution over top of the film. So just gonna push that out just like that. Good. Most of that is out. So when I'm doing this, I'm also feeling for contamination. You know, specks of dust, specks of dirt, if they make it underneath there, you can usually feel that underneath the film before you've squeegeed down. This over here is in place. I'm also moving the film with my hands just to make sure that the film is not, or that the film is floating, it's not sticking anywhere. Now, the two areas of concern that I have are right over here and right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hand very slowly, just going to push that air out, just like so. Let that sit, and that stays. Might pop up, wouldn't be surprised, but there we go. There's a speck of dirt right there. Got it out. Okay, that's good. So the whole reason that that's sitting is I got the majority of the air out. You're probably sitting there watching this thinking, well, no kidding. But you want to get as much air out as possible. And even just with slip solution, that can lay down. Now I have a sticking point over here. What I'm going to do, lift up. Oh, you see that, how that popped up? That's not sticking anymore. There we go. Okay. Now suddenly you've got a hood that's got so much tension on it. Actually, this is going to be a better thumbnail photo. Don't laugh. Now suddenly you've got a hood with so much tension, so much stretch, like you've got probably a good solid 2 inches of stretch from one side to the other, and it's all sitting in place just with slip solution. Now obviously I've got these corners temporarily tacked down with tack solution, but as you can see, I've yet to use a squeegee. So now that the hood is down, I'm just gonna come over here, look right across this line to make sure that the line is straight. The line is straight. Okay, we're good. Now, there's a number of ways that you could squeegee all the moisture out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start in the middle over here, and I'm just gonna squeegee this back edge down. Get down into that valley. Now when I come to these corners later, I am gonna lift them up, spray some more tack solution underneath there, just to get them to sit down better. But for now, oh, look at that. Yeah, there we go. Put that down. Oh, come on. Work with me here. I'm starting to sound like I know what I'm talking about. Don't make me look bad. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna work these valleys. I wanna get these valleys over and done with. So don't pop up. And you're popping up. There we go. Okay, now I got these ridges over here where I put the ceramic boost down on. I'm looking to make sure that there's no tack marks. I don't see any. And if I push really hard, I can actually still move the film. So I'm just going with light pressure here, making sure that everything is down. Now I'm gonna do the same thing over here. There we go. Now I'm going to start pulling all this moisture or all this slip solution down. Always overlapping my squeegee strokes, so I don't want to get any moisture left behind. A couple stone chips there. Oh, there they are. Okay. So this is down. Perfect. I'm gonna worry about this front edge last. Now I'm gonna come over here, passenger side, start getting all that moisture down. Now you can break the hood into sections. So I got like section 1, section 2, section 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 would be right along the front. It's just something that helps me break these hoods down. There you go. Make sure nothing's being left behind. And nothing is, so that's great. Okay, there we go. Need more slip solution on top of the film. It's starting to get a little bit dry. Hope you guys have found some value in this video so far. These are just some of the things that I've been taught by professionals. Obviously, I'm not going to give away all the industry trades and secrets, but these are relatively simple things that anybody can do if they're going to be installing PPF. So the reason I have the hood closed is I wanted to make sure I had 100% alignment with the fenders. The hood and the fenders need to line up 100%. So that's why the hood is closed. Now, what I'm gonna do, just gonna go into the truck right now. Pop that hood. And I'm gonna get that hood open just temporarily. Where's my trusty ceramic Pro box? Right here. They make the best boxes. Not sure what the best coatings, but I know that they make the best boxes. That probably will piss somebody off, but that's okay. Okay, slip solution over top of the film. Now we're gonna start working with tack solution. So what I'm gonna do now is pull this back just until I feel like it's let go. Right there. Now tension on it. There we go. Pull it back into place. Squeegee it down. We're good. Same thing right here. I'm just pulling this back until I feel it let go. Right there. You can see it too. There we go. Now over here, I do have a bit of film building up. Nothing to be worried about. Just gonna saw that down at an angle. And maybe you're wondering as well too, you've got your 1/2 inch overlap here, 1/2 inch here, but over here it's down to like half of that. What I am gonna do with that is when I wrap that around, like most of this I'm gonna trim off as excess underneath the film, underneath the hood anyways. So that's gonna be fine. Now I'm gonna come over here, pull this back, tack solution right there, squeegee that down. And now saw these fingers down at an angle. Perfect. I'm gonna come back and do the middle last. We'll come over here, lift this up just till you can feel it let go. Right about there. There we go. Same thing right here. Pull it back till it lets go. Good. Nice. Same thing, bunch of tack solution right there. Saw this down. Perfect. Come over here. Flush this out with tack solution. There we go. Okay, now just gonna make sure there's nothing being left behind. There's not. Now tack it down. Okay, there we go. Saw that finger down. So if you're wondering what kind of slip and tack solutions I'm using, I'm gonna post a link in the description of this video to a video I made just over a year ago. So you guys can go back and check that out if you want to know exactly how to mix. I'm seeing that get asked in the comment sections quite a bit too. Okay, now take this cloth that I used for the ceramic boost. Just gonna wipe the film, wipe the hood down. Now I'm looking for contamination as well. You always want to keep your eye out for contamination. Pops up pretty easy on black. Some colors it's a lot harder to see. Right over there I got a bubble to squeegee down. There we go. That's good. Okay. Perfect. That's that. Now what I'm going to do is take the heat gun, go around, give everything a good blast of heat. Help dry out these edges. I got to send this truck out the door here in about an hour or so, so I want to give this some heat. Make sure everything's down. Everything's looking really good. Now I've had the chance to do a couple of these half tons in the full hood. That was before I ever had my YouTube channel. I haven't had a chance to do a full hood of a 3/4 ton though, with that hood scoop over here. I'm looking forward to doing one. I think I'm gonna get one hopefully next week. I'll do a video of that. All right, I'm gonna end the video at that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. You know, leave me your feedback. Let me know what you thought of this video. If there were some tips in there that I gave you that you found helpful, or if you have some tips that might make my job a lot easier when I'm doing this, I'd love to hear. So thanks a lot for watching the video, and stay tuned for the next one. Cheers.